Hi Pokefans, let's go ahead and find the third treasure of the Paldean King. If you haven't watched the storyline behind these treasures, go ahead and check it out. I have made a video separate about it. Also, I have uploaded 2 more videos on the first 2 treasures and all the location of its stakes as well. So definitely it is quite informative if you want to catch these legendary Pokemons. Alright, today we are gonna go for the third one. But before we go, I did want to try and see if we can actually enter it. But apparently we can't, so I guess that does answer that question. Checking out the map, the next shrine is gonna be the Groundblight shrine. I think I pronounced it right, but if I didn't, let me know in the comment section. It's actually quite close to the Castle Royale Lake itself. So I have actually visited it when I was exploring in my playthrough. Pretty cool, here it is. It's actually green in color, and as you might have seen, I've already pulled out a couple different stakes for this one as well. But of course, as usual, I'll go ahead and show you guys the location for all 8 of them. If you do talk to it before you leave, it says herein lies the ruinous vessel. Definitely pretty cool, and I'm really excited to see what the design of the Pokemon is gonna be. Anyway, let's go ahead and start out with the stake locations. I'm pretty sure it will be quite spread out, and I think I have come across a couple of them in the Castle Royale Lake. So I think if you have already explored it when you were trying to find the Titan Pokemon, probably you would have pulled some of them out. But in any case, I'll go ahead and show all the locations. As shown here, the first one is actually quite close to where we initially go through to reach the Medali City. I think I've pulled this one out when I was going to Medali City itself, and it's actually right here at the dead end. It's in West Province Area 2, and this is exactly where the stake will be. I've already pulled out mine, but if you haven't, you can go ahead and take it out. It's quite close to the Pokemon Center that is present right next to the desert as well. So pretty easy to find this location. There we go. You can go ahead and pause my video to kind of pin down the location in your game as well. The next one is actually quite far away. Personally, I think this is the farthest stake that is present for the shrine, and I haven't really pulled it out myself. So let's make our way over there. It's kind of in a corner, and I think the easiest way to get there is to go back to Glacido Gym and glide down. That might be the easier way for me. Regarding traveling around Paldean region, I definitely like gliding a lot. Climbing the cliff is definitely another advantage as well, but I'm so used to gliding that I really like using it. Alright. I'm just following the marker in my map. I'm not too worried about missing the stake, but let's see how that goes. We are definitely going in the right direction, by the way, and I think we're almost coming closer to it. Of course, you can't really glide at a longer distance, so we did come down right here, but we can still go ahead and jump down from here and glide once more. Now this one is at the border, and as soon as you come here, you might see there is a waterfalls, and that is where you'll be actually able to find it. Let me slowly glide down, and I think it should be around here. It's in West Province Area 3, and I actually found it. So let me make my way there and pull this one out. This is the second stake for the third shrine, and it's a pretty far location, by the way, like I mentioned before. Definitely tricky to find unless if you have actually explored this whole area. Anyway, let me go back to my map and try finding the next location for the stake itself. But of course, in any case, this is where I am. If you want to set your location, this is where you have to set it. Going to the next one, we are gonna visit the Castle Royale Lake. Most of them are actually in and around the lake itself, so it's pretty easy to kind of find it. On the small ledge right here is gonna be the next stake. I've actually pulled this one out. But of course, as usual, I'll go ahead and show you guys where it is. Alright, here we are. It's actually on top of this small ledge right here. And this is where I actually pulled it out. It's pretty easy to find. It's in one of those smaller islands right next to the larger one. Anyway, that is the third stake location. The next one is actually in the larger island. So if you have already reached the larger island, you probably would have this flying option right here. So let me actually fly directly to it. And once you are there, all you have to do is just turn around and jump onto the next ledge. It's pretty easy to find. If you have already explored this island, you probably would have pulled it out. But it's gonna be right here in the center of it. And that's the location for the fourth one. The next stake location is actually gonna be in a border of the lake. This is in between the outer side of the lake which joins the sea. So I'll go ahead and make my way right here. If I zoom out, you'll be able to see where it is. Definitely pretty close to where I am, so I'll quickly make my way there and show you guys the stake itself. I think this is one of those that I haven't really pulled out myself, so I think it will be right around here, probably on top of this cliff. But before I check it, I do want to look around to see if it's in the border. Also, this is the first time I'm actually exploring this place, and that's the reason why I haven't really picked up any items. But here it is. So this one is the fifth location. Pretty cool. Let me quickly go ahead and pull the stake out as well. Alright, now that we have this, let me go ahead and open up my map to just show you guys the location once more. So I'm right here on top of this cliff. The next stake location is also quite close, and this one is gonna be right next to the ruins over here. This is much closer to the shrine itself, so much easier to travel as well if you have seen the shrine before. So I think it's time for me to make my way there and show you guys the exact location of it as well. I think this is another location that I haven't really explored, and that is the reason why you'll be able to see the items around. Also, it seems I did encounter a Pokemon. Did not see it until I panned my camera around and was able to actually find it. My hunch is that it's actually on top of the cliff right here. But before I go there, I definitely want to look around a bit more. Well, definitely didn't have anything interesting to show, so I just cut out to where I actually found it. So my hunch was right. It was on top of this cliff and it's right here. This is the location for the sixth stake. So we have two more left, and I'm actually very excited for the legendary Pokemon. So let me quickly go ahead and pull out this one as well. Even though this is actually the sixth stake for you guys, for me it's the seventh one. I still have only one left to pull out. But of course I'll go ahead and show you guys the other two locations as well. Quickly opening my map up. The next one is much closer to the Glacido mountain and the snowy area. After zooming in a bit, it's actually around here, quite close to this. So I'll go ahead and pin it out right here, right next to the shrine area itself. So let me make my way there and let's look around to actually find this one. Definitely I have not pulled the stake out either, so I do have to find it for myself. Once again, I did fly back to the shrine itself, since it's much easier to kind of go to this area from the shrine. Climbing up the mountain, I think we are quite close to where the stake is supposed to be. Now, even though my markers said I reached the destination, I haven't, because I'm not seeing it anywhere around. So let me actually look around a bit and see if I can actually find it. Apparently there is a cave right here which I actually didn't realize. So let me check out the cave to see if it's inside it. Never mind. This is a cave that goes to the other side of the mountain and not where the stake is actually present. So I think I do have to make my way back and look around the icy area a bit more. Probably I think I missed panning my camera all around, and that's where I probably missed it. Let me try climbing the mountain here, and yep, there it is. So it's quite close to the cave that we just entered, but it was just below another cliff, and that's the reason why I didn't find it. But here it is. This is the 7th stake location. Pulling this one out, since it's my 8th one, you'll be able to hear a mysterious cry coming from the shrine itself. This means that I have pulled out all the 8 stakes. But of course, before we leave, I do want to show you guys the location of the last one. Pulling out my map, the last location is actually gonna be in the stone structures that we have seen before. It's right next to the Western Province area too, and I think it's inside there. I remember pulling a stake out over there, and that is actually the 8th one. So let me make my way over there. It's pretty easy to find our way there since we do have a flying location right next to it. Alright, here we are. And we do have to enter this huge chamber right here. If you have explored this area before, I think you would have probably pulled it out as well. It's pretty easy to find. All you have to do is come here, jump on top of this ledge, and right next to where you probably would find the Gimmighoul chest, there is a huge ledge which you have to actually climb, and this ledge right here, or the stone right here, is where you'll be able to find the last stake. It's gonna be right on center right here, and it's a pretty open area. You would probably see it when running around as well. But there is one thing I didn't know. I didn't know that Gimmighoul chest would reappear. I remember defeating this one right here the last time I went through it, but as you can see, it has respawned. Not really sure what happened here, but good to know it is present here. I'm gonna get some extra Gimmighoul coins. Anyway, that's all the 8 locations for the stakes, and I think I'm finally ready to go ahead and get myself the legendary Pokemon. Let's quickly make our way back to the shrine, and yep, here it is. I'm gonna directly fly to it, heal up my team members, and save the game before we encounter the legendary Pokemon. Well, now that we are ready, let's quickly go ahead and interact with the shrine and see how we can actually catch this Pokemon. Also, all of these legendary Pokemons have some intense music, and definitely it's pretty interesting to see that. I think I really liked it. I'll go ahead and show you guys the background music as well. But here we have the legendary Pokemon. Pretty cool. As usual, I'll start with my Armarouge. I'm also gonna try using my Quick Ball, and in case it doesn't work, I'll go with, Will-O-Wisp and the usual thing. Hopefully we'll be able to catch this one. If not, we definitely do have the chance of, closing the game and just reopening it. I although don't want to do that. Let's see how this goes. Now, if you do have a Pokemon that would actually resist its moves, I would definitely recommend switching out into it. Right here, I did decide to go ahead and switch finally into Koraidon. I feel like it can resist most of the moves of Tinglu. Now, although you might resist most of the moves, there is this move called Ruination, which only these 4 Pokemons actually know. And they tend to use it a lot, as you might have seen just now. And it will actually take half of your health. So in case if your Pokemon already has a lower health, then I would recommend just having them at that health. Do not just go ahead and heal them up. I think it's much easier to kind of stall this Pokemon rather than healing up your team member and losing a chunk of health. Anyway, as usual, I'll go ahead and try using variety of Pokeballs. Hopefully, I'll be able to catch it in one of them. Now here's another recommendation. If you do have a Pokemon that can actually use paralysis or sleeping status, I think that is much preferred rather than using burn status like I did. Luckily for me, I was able to actually catch it right here, which is pretty cool. Anyway, we have finally caught Tinglu. Its description says that the fear poured into the ancient ritual vessel has clad itself into rock and dirt to become a Pokemon. Pretty cool. We can also go ahead and check out its ability, which is pretty unique. It's called the Vessel of Ruin. Power of the Pokemon Ruinous Vessel lowers the special attack of all other Pokemon except itself. Pretty nice. Anyway, here it is. It's also gonna be at level 60 just like the other Pokemons. And now that we have got its entry in our Pokédex, we are one step closer to completing it as well. Anyway, that's all I had for this episode. Hope you guys enjoyed it and were able to catch this Pokemon yourself. If you did like my video, please go ahead and like and subscribe to my channel. If you would like to support me more, check out the links in my description. And I'll see you guys in another treasure video.